Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the Nomad TCG. Today I got another deck profile for you guys. This deck profile is going to be for my PolyPhonicOverDrive Artisaria deck profile for what is it called? Festival Booster 2025. We didn't get any Artisaria support necessarily in Festival Booster 2025, but we did get the Ace units, which I do have in this deck. Just something that I think would be kind of fun to have in there. But this is one of the decks that I was most excited to build with Moonfangs and Cerulean Blaze, just because it brings back the lock mechanic, which we kind of have in Standard with Messiah, but it doesn't work in the same way that it used to, where it was really annoying with Link Joker and such. But it's annoying now, and I love it. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So the ride line for Artisaria kind of has to stay the same with Heat Up Octavia Prata. You have to ride it with Dynamic Exciter Estira. When this unit is placed from running Heat Up October Prata, reveal a grade 3 with Artisaria and its name from the ride deck. Search your deck for up to one sound system card and put it into your hand, and then shuffle the deck. And then Lifeful does the same thing. Reveal the grade 3 with Artisaria. Search for a sound system card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. And then obviously with Artisaria, the main grade 3, you definitely want to have as many sound system cards in your order zone as possible, which I will actually go over before diving into the rest of the main deck. So during your turn, if your order zone has 2 or more sound systems, this unit gets 1 critical. Once per turn, Energy Blast 2, choose a sound system card from your hand or drop, put it into the order zone. If you put a card from your hand, draw a card. When this unit attacks, Counterblast 1, call up to 1 Shadow Army token for each sound system card in your order zone, and all of your front row units get 5,000 power until the end of turn for every 2 sound system in your order zone. Now, this is using Shadow Army tokens, which you can also use the Orphist ones with the the little shadow guy on it, but I prefer these ones because I like the pretty butterfly art on there. So even though it's a lyrical Monasterio deck, it's very Brant Gate coded with Artisaria and the using set orders, because Brant Gate is all about using set orders. So it is a very fun deck. So let's go ahead and get into the sound system cards. So we got 2 sound system cards with set 7 that you're going to be running. And I really recommend you only run 3 of these just so you have room for everything else in this deck. But this card cannot be played, and it cannot be put into the order zone other than by the ability of a unit with Artisaria in its name. When this unit is put in for Shout and Shadow, when this is placed in the order zone, draw a card and call up to 1 Shadow Army token to a rearguard circle. And then for Mega Romania, this is the one with the lock mechanic, so a lot of fun. I like this one better. But its skill is when this card is put into your order zone, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, choose up to 1 of your opponent's rear guards and lock it. So lock is a lot of fun. Your opponent turns that card face down and it can't do anything. You can't switch it out, you can't attack, you can't intercept. It just sits there. You can't switch it between front and back rows. It just sits there and it can't do anything until the end of your opponent's next turn. So it's a very annoying thing. It's not as annoying as it was back in the old days with like Chaos Breaker Dragon or a Mega Glindios, but it would certainly put a crimp in somebody's style, blocking attack and defense, which is crazy. Moving on to the rest of the main deck that is in order cards, we are running 3 copies of Artisaria for Persona rides, because why would you run no Persona rides? Don't you want extra power? Unless you're playing OG Favernil, which why are you doing that in 2025? Anyways, for the rest of the grade 3s, we are running 4 copies of Sing to the Sky Rakroa. When this unit attacks, it gets 5,000 power for each sound system in your order zone. When this unit is returned to hand from rear guard, during your turn, or retired from rearguard during your turn if you have a Vanguard with Artisaria and its name. Soul Blast 1, choose one of your units and it gets 5,000 power until the end of turn. It is actually something I didn't mention. This is a budget deck profile. I do not have Eureka in this deck, and I do not have any of the expensive generics like Franchette or the Energy Cycler, just because they are like ludicrously expensive, and especially because they're Lyrical Monasterio and they have, you know, like cute girls on them or whatever, it's going to be like even more expensive. Anyways, moving on to the grade 2s, we have the Ace unit, what's it called again? Amentes Octavia. They just put two of the same word there to try to trip you up. Anyways, Ace units are, they're new. They were introduced in Festival Booster 2025. You can only have one in the deck, and they each have something called a unique skill, which is sort of similar to a divine skill in the sense that you can only use it once per game. So its unique skill is whenever it's placed on rear guard, other than during the battle phase, this unit gets 5,000 power until the end of turn. Energy Blast 3, draw a card, choose one of your rear guards, and it gets at the end of your turn, you may return this unit to your hand. So returning rear guards to the hand is kind of something that Lyrical has always done, and pretty much every deck does it. Well, not every deck, but a lot of them do. And I didn't think that Artisaria would have anything like that, but because you're running something like Octavia, one of the grade 1s for Artisaria does that. And then you can also run Cooling Heart Eureka, which also got another reprint and is still $30, which is absolutely insane. Moving on, we are running 4 copies of Devilish Flanger Lufer. When this unit is placed on Rearguard or Guardian, if your order zone has a sound system card, this unit gets 5,000 power and 5,000 shield until the end of turn. When this unit is returned to hand from Rearguard during your turn, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Artisaria and its name, counterblast 1, draw a card. So extra draw power. Artisaria itself also has the extra draw power. Because if you set in order your sound system from your hand into your order zone, you get 5,000 power. Moving on to the last of the grade 2s, we are running 4 copies of Spray Art Tila. This is just kind of a generic card. I will replace this with Angelic Echo Luminol whenever I get a chance. I just haven't found any at the shop, and nobody's trading any right now. But so this is what I have in place of that for now. When this unit is placed on rearguard other than by a unit's ability, Soul Blast 1, choose your opponent chooses one of their rear guards and returns it to hand. If they return a card, your opponent chooses a card from their hand and puts it on the bottom of the deck. So kind of just restricting formation and also restricting their hand in the early game to kind of maybe put a crimp in their first grade 3 turn, just so you don't get hit as hard. So even though it's like not, it doesn't have the power to superior call a Shadow Army token or get extra defense from a Shadow Army token like Luminol does, it's still a decent card. Moving on to the grade 1s, we are running 4 copies of Trailing Notes Reverbera. I was going to say Reverbia, but that's not it. During your turn, if your order zone has a sound system, this unit gets 5,000 power. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted if your order zone has a sound system. Put this unit into soul, choose one of your rear guards, return it to your hand. So you can use that with either Rakroa or Lufer to return that to your hand and get extra draw power. And then extra cards in your hand, maybe for even PG fodder. For the last of the grade 1s, we are running 3 copies of Breaking Forth the Dreams Totally. This is just an extra search to search for sound systems. When this unit is placed on rear guard, counterblast 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 order card without Regalis piece from among them, and put it into your hand and shuffle the deck. If you did not reveal a card, countercharge 1. So it's basically just a free search to get more order cards into your hand. The sound systems, at least. You can set sound systems from the drop zone. You won't get to draw a card, but you also have them in the drop zone, just, to have them. For the last of the grade 1s, we are running 4 copies of Best Served Hot Warmia. just your standard effect PG. If you have 2 or less cards in your hand, I guess if you have 1 or less cards in your hand, you get to play it without discarding a card from your hand. So always run effect PGs. Then for the Regalis piece, we are running 1 copy of Protection Twin Cast. Choose one of your units being attacked, and it gets 10,000 power till the end of turn. And then this unit can be resolved, even if you have resolved a Regalis piece effect this fight. It has a drop effect too, which is why I like running Twin Cast. When your unit is attacked, remove this card from drop, choose one of your units being attacked, and it gains 5,000 power for each grade of that, of that unit. So obviously, if you have Artisaria on your Vanguard circle, you can use that to give Artisaria 15,000 power and then you can guard on top of that, just to ensure that your opponent's attack doesn't hit. For the trigger lineup, we are running, 8 crits, vanilla crits. You can run the ones that you put into the soul, but it doesn't really matter that much because you're not soul blasting a whole lot with Artisaria. Really just for Rakroa's skill is the only time you'll be soul blasting. Then we are running 3 fronts. You can switch these out for effect fronts just for that extra 15k guard, or you can switch them with the ones that they released in Moonfangs and Cerulean Blaze, and put it into the soul. And then we are running 4 just vanilla heals. You guys know my feelings on effect heals. And then for the overtrigger, we are running Demonic Fever Garveria. You can run Edis Faro in here too. Edis Faro is kind of my favorite of the nation exclusive overtriggers. It's just fun to play. And I do like that during this fight, all of your rear guards get an extra 10k, which is actually pretty good for Artisaria because you're calling a lot of stuff, you're calling a lot of tokens, and then also you're personalizing on top of that. Shut up, Siri. My goodness. I'm going to have to cut that out. But with this, you're just adding extra 10k to all of your rear guards as well. So that's just a fun little effect. Also, it's important to note that all of the Lyrical Monasterio overtriggers have the same effect. They're just different races, I guess. Like down in here, just different card arts, but they all do the same thing. Yeah, that's just the one that I choose to write in Artisaria. I just think it looks the best. Anyways, so that was my Artisaria deck profile for now. I will be, like I said, I will be updating that with Luminol and maybe even some effect fronts to boost shield value. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching the video. If you are so inclined, if you enjoyed, go ahead and slap that like button. Maybe subscribe if that's your thing. If not, that's totally okay. But thank you guys very much for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one.